Hi, we're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Marie saying you. Thank you for taking a K-drama coffee break with us.
We are K-drama fans just like you. This is our video on ranking the characters of the Korean sci-fi movie Alienoid.
Alienoid. Thank you, CJ&M. At KCON, they gave out these fans, and then when you see the film, you'll know
Can you pull
what's
the
going
cats
on.
out of there?
The cats. I can't pull the cats nor the sword.
Oh.
I have no skills.
Oh, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
So we aren't really going to do a review on Alienoid here.
Because it's almost impossible.
Yes.
Right? The story was
Bonkers.
bonkers. Even the New York Times called it bonkers. And it's why we want part 2.
Now.
Like now.
So we're going to start with probably one of our favorite actresses, Honey Lee. She's playing Aunt KAE IN.
Yes. In what is a very noticeable cameo.
Yes.
Because it could have been anyone.
Yeah.
Not anyone, but when it's Honey Lee, you notice her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Honey Lee.
Yeah.
And it's Honey Lee's comedy skills. So as soon as she shows up, you're waiting for her to be more, right?
Yeah.
And like you get through almost the whole movie and you're like, what? Why
was she
here?
here?
And then at the end, Aunt KAE IN makes an appearance.
Yes. And you're like, where's part 2?
Yes. Where is part 2? Aunt KAE IN though, always. Honey Lee,
she's beautiful and funny and I want to be her.
There's really not much else to be said.
No.
Thanks, Aunt KAE IN and her delicious, was it hamburgers and like cookies that she kept making?
Yeah. Yeah. Here are the cheeseburgers.
Yes. Number 6, we had Do SEOK played by Soji Sub. I think the reason that he's ahead of Aunt KAE IN in my ranking, the way I'm thinking about it, is because it showed Soji Sub. I thought as a performance, the character really there wasn't a lot going on.
Well, there's 2 characters. Yeah. And he's in the film a lot.
He is.
You know what? I was looking back on it. If his character had evolved into more of the exterminator in Men in Black, Vincent D'Onofrio's character, that was just so off the wall, I think there would have been something there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about this film. They don't do there's not a lot of sci-fi in Korean films. So this director, who clearly loves sci-fi, Che Jung-hoon, threw in everything. All of it. Every sci-fi you've ever seen is in this one movie.
It really is.
And he smushed a lot into Soji Sub.
A lot. That poor man, I'm not even sure why he was at the hospital in the movie. He's got a broken arm. I mean, okay, sure. And then all of a sudden he becomes this mass murderer and then he's an alien.
How you get from A to B to C, you just have to see it.
You just have to go in and watch it.
But he is Soji Sub.
And I think that's why you're so like, it's Soji Sub. Like, what is happening? Like,
I'll keep watching it.
People will keep watching it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 5, we have REUK, which is Yeol. He's our man with the fan, right?
He is. And he's so talented as an actor. And so you get more than what's written on the page. And you get someone who is fun and quirky and serious and can wield a sword and is magical and, is flying around the rooftops, but then is also stumbling. He's a lot going on.
He's a lot. Yeah. And with all that being said, he still is only number 5 on this list. So his wackiness quotient actually was much lower than most other characters, which was astounding from a character that was pulling cats out of a fan.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed him and he was very enjoyable, but he was almost the most grounded character in the movie.
Oddly enough. Yes.
Which to me is hilarious.
And the young actor who played the young version of him, that kid could save the world, honestly. He's really good.
Like, I will say about the kid actors who played both of our male and female leads, the casting was spot on.
Oh my gosh. It's so believable.
So believable that these small children grew into these 2 people. Yeah. And so, just a very forthright young man who grows into a wacky, like mystical guy. Yeah. And he's the most normal person in the script, which leads us to his cats. These 2 little guys get pulled out of the fan and then become actors, Shin Kyung and Hoon.
Right. They're cats and then they're also people. Yeah. Yeah, can't explain it.
Yeah. It is hilarious.
They're so funny and but they don't overdo the cats as people thing. Don't worry about that.
No, but they do just enough where it's hilarious. Like they'll all of a sudden start meowing, looking for their master. their dad. They're super loyal.
Did we mention this film was bonkers?
Right? They're super loyal. They save him multiple times.
But in their own time.
Yeah.
Because they're cats.
Because they're cats.
They'll do it when they want.
They were amazing. They're snarky. They talk as well. The cats were hilarious. And they were judgy. Like they were just such cats. They were such cats personified in these actors. And it was just, and then all of a sudden, if they got spooked, they turn into cats and run off. It was so cute.
Yeah.
And they saved the day numerous times because cats are amazing. And then number 3, I mean, listen, you got Kim Tae Ri as your female lead. She not only travels time from the past to the future, but from the future to the past, and is like saving humanity with a modern day wristwatch
and a gun.
With so many bullets. Her bullets were like, they were magically reproduced because she was just shooting everything.
Yeah, until the story needed her to run out. But yes, Kim Tae Ri, always good, one of our favorites. And I can't wait for part 2 to see more of her with REUK.
Yes.
With Jun Yeol. Because I think the two of them.
Absolutely. Because they obviously, because as we said, they throw in every trope there is. They had a connection to small children.
Yes.
When she crash landed in the past.
Yep.
She met him. He dragged her from the sea.
Yeah.
And they met, and he then deep dived for her bag. Like it was very sweet.
It was.
And then he poisoned her in the present.
That's right.
/ past.
By mistake.
By mistake.
Yeah. This makes no sense. I know it's a word salad to you.
But we're saying you need to go see all of this.
But together, they're really good.
They are really good.
It's a setup for part 2.
Yeah. And the setup is really, really good between the two of them.
It is.
They fight well together.
Yeah.
They bicker well together.
Yeah.
They work well together.
That's right. But Kim Tae Ri, and also the young actress who plays the character Eon, Tae Ri, with Kim Woo Bin. So good.
So good.
So good.
Oh my God. There's a scene when she first gets introduced where she turns him into the police because he's an alien who abducted her from the past.
Yeah. And they're like, it's your dad.
The most hilarious scene ever.
Yeah.
It's
really
just,
good.
and she's so good. She sells it. Like she actually, she just sells it. Like, there's nothing that's not happening in this scene.
Yeah.
And number 2, we have Madam Black and Mr. Blue, who are played by Young Jung-na and Jun.
They're like the comedy backbone
my
of
God.
this wacky film. They're so funny together.
They're so funny together. There's a whole scene in like the middle of the movie where they get poisoned, and it is a 10 minutes physical comedy bit that I've seen the movie twice now, and it was hilarious to me both times. And I knew all the beats that were about to happen, and they are so good.
Yes.
They're hilarious.
They're hilarious because it's this like, old school, you know, Laurel and Hardy physical comedy. And yet there are these magical beings and they have this, super fantastic disco makeup and, their flowing robes. And it's just like, what am I watching? I can't turn away.
Right? Oh, and they have all their little trinkets. They've got
they're con men. Or what do they call it? Snake oil salesmen.
Yes.
It's just.
And there's this moment that one of my favorite moments is when Madam Black sees that Kim Tae Ri's character gets shot, and she's like, "Good," because Kim Tae Ri and X had shot her. And then she gives herself this whole come to Jesus talk in the middle of a battle about how we're on the same team. I should be nice. Oh, here's the medication. See it growth. Like it was just. She's brilliant.
They were very good.
They were so brilliant. But as amazing as they were, the person who steals this whole movie, bar none, is Kim Woo Bin's Guard and Thunder.
I called him a cyborg Terminator alien guard.
He was amazing.
Right. And there are multiple Kim Woo Bins. And it's just... he had so much fun with this
role. Much fun.
And like there's a model fashion strut moment. You saw me. I was on the floor in my caramel popcorn, just laughing my guts out.
It's amazing. You have, no matter, we can spoil this whole movie, but nothing will replace you going to witness it for yourself. At all.
Yeah.
His various incarnations, the model, the guard as the stoic dad figure, Thunder, who's like the comforting maternal figure, but also very practical.
Yes. And a car. Yes.
Also a car.
Yeah. And then flying around, and then he's the Terminator. It's just like,
it was so much.
So good.
And it was so good.
And ridiculous and awesome.
It was. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, totally fun.
It was totally fun. And so now that we've teased you with all of these myriad of spoilers that make no sense because They are not, none of them actually connect linearly. You need to go see this one.
Yes.
You need to go see Alienoid Part 1 so that you're ready for Alienoid Part 2 in 2023.
Right. And if it's in a theater, see it there instead of streaming. It's because it's a big sci-fi movie and the effects are amazing. And Tae Hoon, who is the writer and director.
Oh,
kudos to you,
kudos
Mr.
to you.
Yeah.
So thanks so much, you guys. If you did see Alienoid and you have a different list, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. We'd love to see how you ranked all the characters and what you had the most fun with. But until next time, we are the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Marisa, and you. Thank you for taking a K-drama coffee break with us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.